Hey, this is Dan Funk. This is the Ed editor that I've got up in front of you right now. I've done a couple other videos on it. It's really great because you not only can you like draw these diagrams and build them out in the way that you want to, so they look like flowcharts, but they're actually executable processes. So you can connect them to user tasks and forms. You can make service calls. You can write scripts. You can build decision tables. So all kinds of cool stuff. Gateways and decisions. This is the Artemis space mission that you're looking at here. So it's eventually coming down to this launch decision about whether this is a go or a no-go, and then what happens afterwards. Um, so really, really fantastic because I can show this to you and you can understand it, which is definitely not true of a lot of like vibe coded software that's out there. Um, and I assure you, like over time, we're going to discover that we have to understand the work that we're doing and the process that we're building and the software that we're creating. If we don't understand it, what good is it? So this gives you a view of the workflow diagram that you can understand. Like I said before, this is runnable. So not only is it a diagram that you can look at and talk to with others, but you can run it. And we can actually fire this rocket into the air, this Artemis 2 mission. So here we're kind of entering who the commanders and pilots are and what the duration is. We're going to gather information about Rex the dog. I'll come back to this in a second, like what state Rex is in and who's assigned to take care of him. I'm going to make sure that his medical clearance is approved. We'll go out to the API and make a call and find out what the weather is, and that results in a go. So I guess the weather's pretty good today. We've got a go decision. We're going to hit here, and now we're going to check them. We're going to make sure that everybody is ready to go, and we're going to shoot the rocket into space. So that's what it's like to actually run a BPMN diagram inside of SpiffWorks. But that's not the exciting part. I guess what I wanted to show you is like this ongoing chat that I'm having with Claude. So there's a chat console here in the side that lets you kind of come in and start to have a conversation. And I said, earlier before this call started, we've decided to send our dog Rex into space. And so everything that you see here, this step in the process, all of that was created. Like the diagram was altered, the piece was dropped in, the task was dropped in, the errors were corrected, so that like Rex's information is collected as a part of the flow of the diagram. So I'm not doing this live because it doesn't make sense to. There's no reason for you to wait for the LLM to kind of think through all of this stuff. But it's also able to fix an error. So I ran into another problem when I ran this diagram earlier today, where there was a bug here in the process. And so I just told it, like there's no other extra information that I'm having to supply over here. I just told it I got an error running the workflow, what the error was. It tracked it down, figured out that it was in this task, made the modifications that got it to work again, and then off I went. So yes, it's a little technical in some places. There's minor scripts that you have to write. The important part is that you build diagrams that are easy to understand, because as things get more complicated, as time goes by, as your business processes evolve, you're constantly wanting to make changes to this. And so having a format that's easy to understand and to look at makes all of that possible. It's possible to collaborate with other people. It's possible to collaborate with AI and build things that make sense to you and are easy to maintain. So yeah, this is at ed.spiff.works. So you can go to ed.spiff.works at any time and try this out yourself. There's a little button over here in the chat window. So the chat window is kind of up here in the corner. You can open it up. You can go to settings. You can not steal my API key, but there's an API key here that you just enter and then tell it which Claude model you want to use with that, and then you can have your own conversation with an LLM. I would encourage you to start small and just kind of build up from there. But tell it, like, I just want a simple process with a couple of steps in it, and see what it does and see what it can build out. So yeah, thank you so much for watching.